Should we all be using one of these golf clubs? I recently went to Sports Direct and bought myself a chipper, and look at that, $14.99 for one golf club. That's less than some drinks in bars nowadays. But should we be using one of these? We're going to give it a little test and find out. So if you're like me, when you were growing up and playing golf, the chipper was probably the most uncool product that you could have in your bag. It's almost signified the sign of a bad golfer. But do you know what? I've been thinking about it, and are we all missing a trick here? Because it should be pretty easy to use. The club itself is designed like a putter, so we see that the shaft is quite upright. It's got a large sole like a fairway would, so we're not going to see that it's digging into the ground too much. Then it's got a loft that is similar to sort of an 8 or a 9 iron, so I'm going to be able to play that chip and run shot quite easily. And if you're a beginner golfer, a higher handicapper, it's just one way to start chipping the ball a little bit easier. So I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to have a little chip round the green here at the 14th at Warrington, and then I'm going to put it up against an 8 iron to see if it actually performs better than the loft that is similar to my 8 iron. Let's give it a go and answer the question of should we all be using a chipper? So that's actually the first shot I've just hit with this chipper, and just look at the result. I actually thought I duffed that to about 4 feet in front of me, and it's actually ended up about 6 foot away from the flag, and you can almost see where I've dug the club in there. Now the beauty with this, like I say, it's set up like a putter, so once I address it, it's very much the same angle as my putter, it's just that the loft is different. So if I adopt my putting like address here, then all I've got to do is make a putting stroke. The only one real weird difference that I'm finding with this is because it's set up like a putter, but it's got an iron grip on it. Do I grip it like a putter or do I grip it normally? I almost want to grip it like a putter, but I'm going to persist with my normal grip, my normal iron grip, and see how we get on with a few shots. Tell you what, that's not bad. That isn't bad at all. Go on, break in, break in. Oh, that's good. Cool little part with my chipper as well, like my putter. I can pick the ball up really easily. That's handy, isn't it? So initial testing, quite impressed by that. The ease of chipping with it is remarkable. Like I say, it's just like my putting stroke, so I just do that and the ball pops up. So for someone who's really struggling with the chipping, I would imagine that's going to be a very easy gateway to find some confidence. There are 2 areas though that I question and I'm a little bit concerned about. Number one is this one here. I've come like 25 yards off the front of the green and the pin's about 10 to 15 on, so would this club work in this length of shot? Because with it being like a putter, am I going to be able to maintain quite an upright swing, or is it that it is one club that I just use around the fringe of the green? So I'm just going to hit a few from here, from this distance out, to see how it would perform here. You know what? I've been surprised all the way with this. I've not used it before actually this video, and actually the stigma of it being like the club for the bad golfer, it's great so far. Even that I didn't quite get, and it's running up nicely. It's got chances of going in, that one. Get up, get up. That's nice. That is nice. So I'm just going to wander back another sort of 10 yards here, because they were just feeling about comfortable with that length of swing here. So we're probably 30 yards off the front of the green now, and like I say, because of this upright nature of the club, it might feel a little bit odd, this swing, but let's see how we go. Nope, good shot. Very good shot, and do you know what? Because of how the head's built as well, because of this wide sole, slightly bigger face, and even the alignment aids on the club, the sort of level of forgiveness and confidence goes soaring for someone who's struggling with that initial little chip shot. I think this could be something that helps. Let's go and take a look at a shot close to the green. So this is the other area that gives me a little bit of concern. These shots here where I've got quite a bit of undulation down a little slope, and then I've got to come up onto the green here. Does this club then become like a one-trick pony? Can I not actually use this here? Because with the limited loft on it, will I be able to get elevation to get it up the slope? Let's see how it performs just here, close range on an elevated chip. Even that, I've duffed it and I'm up on the green. It's done better than what a duff with a lob wedge would have done. Sit two more. That works. Yeah, works. So initial thoughts with it, it's great, especially if you're someone who's a beginner to the game or really having chipping issues. I think that this club would start to fill you with quite a little boost of confidence. You would start to think, oh, actually, yeah, I can do it. I can start to get to it, and maybe then progress back towards your normal clubs that you would chip with. The way it's set up gives forgiveness. The way the sole's built, like I say, a few of those I thought, oh, when I hit it, I've duffed that, I've looked up, and it's just tracking towards the flag. My question would be, is it a wasted club? Because yes, it performed on that longer shot. Yes, it performed down by those little undulating shots, and it performs around the green. But can I do that with just an 8-iron? Because it's got the same loft as my 8-iron has. Can I just learn to chip like that with an 8-iron? So am I foregoing one of my 14 clubs with a club that I already have? To put that to the test, I'm going to have 3 little chips now around the green in different scenarios, one with the chipper, one with an 8-iron, and see which one comes out on top. And then I'm going to give you the answer, should we all be using it? So random, just so I'm not preferring lies. 2 balls, divide one is going to be my 8-iron, the Callaway is the chrome. Another 2 golf balls can go over there. And my 2 final golf balls are going that way. We'll see which one ends up closer out of each one. Okay, so I'm going to go 8-iron first with the divide ball. So this is where the difference is. My 8-iron lies flatter and doesn't have as big a sole. So can I just tilt the club up, use the toe a bit more to get a little bit more forgiveness with it? We will soon find out. Go on, track in. I'll take that. About 5 feet, I would say. Okay, chipper. Does feel just like the putter. Just as good, swinging a little bit more. Oh, the wind's pushed it. It's going to be 1-0 to the 8-iron. Chipper first. Sit. Ooh, a little bit bold through the rough there. 8-iron again, trying to adopt the same setup. That's frisky as well. It's a win from the divide, but both a little bit fierce. But that's probably as well one thing to bear in mind. The chipper will be limited and the 8-iron will be limited in the scenario that we're playing from. There will be other clubs that you can use if you get that boost of confidence back. Okay, 8-iron first. Not a bad little shot. Let's go chipper. Ooh, poor, poor. So should we all be using a chipper? We can see the results there from the little chipping comp. I won 3-0 with my 8-iron, and that's because I'm used to chipping with my 8-iron. I've developed my skills to be able to do that. So should we all be using it? Probably not, no. For me, it would be a wasted club in my bag because it's set up like my putter. I can use my putter in that scenario, but I can use my 8-iron to do the job that this chipper would be doing. Now, that being said, I think there's some massive benefits for the player who's either a beginner, a high handicapper, someone really struggling with their golf, that this club, if you are in that bracket, is going to help you because it's going to pop it up. It's not going to require you as early to get the proficient skill to be able to play that tricky bump and run. It might just break you into the chipping market and give you an option for a shot that will get you up and down around the greens. As you progress and get better and better and you practice more, you play more, you might find that you don't need the chipper. So I think they are a great little club, and it's almost like I say, when I was a junior, the stigmatism around them was like, oh, they're for rubbish golfers. But do you know what? You've seen that you can hit great shots with it. Yes, it's limited in some scenarios, but so's my 8-iron. I have to go to my lob wedge. So we shouldn't all be using them, but if you are a golfer who is struggling with your chipping or just learning to chip, I think it's a great aid for that because they're forgiving, they've got alignment aids, and it can just help you gain a bit of confidence. So don't be worried about trying them. I think they will actually improve some people's golf, and who cares what people say when you're using them. If you're chipping it closer than your mate who's giving you some stick for it, just point to your ball and say, I'm closer, mate. Good luck duffing your next one. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do struggle with your chipping as well, check out one of the videos here that'll help you get better at chipping. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.